Hi, it's us. We are the Jgirls. Are we not the Jgirls?
Yes, we are.
We are the Jgirls.
Juanita have to.
Oh.
She's a J woman.
how,
Half J woman. J lady.
how do you define J lady or J woman?
Character 15 or 18.
Oh,
JT.
but what are you? What are you? You are chattel, J chattels. She recently had a birthday. Big J had a birthday last week, and she moved from childhood to childhood, and so she's no more a child. She's now a childhood. Okay.
What people usually say
Written, but in my house we call it childhood. So you can take that phrase too. Born from reading with Joan. Once they get to 11 upwards, they are now childhoods. Anyway, so welcome to Reading with Joan. Like they've already said, my name is Joan, and I'm the host, and I have my co-host,
Little J
and
Big J.
Big J. So that is JJJ. So that's why we call ourselves the Jgirls.
Wait, and at least I didn't see my name again.
Wrong. Yeah, last time she said her name wrong, so she said she didn't say her name wrong today. So that's it. So that's great. Thank you, Jgirls. Guys, you remember what we've been discussing in the last 2 weeks? We've been discussing our house rules, and last week, what did we discuss?
SSCK.
Stop, SSCK, and that was our rule of stopping. And the previous week we did think before you act, and so today we are moving on to
Respect.
We are moving on to another topic, and the topic we're going today, or one of other rules we have today, is
Respect.
Respect. Yeah, respect. So we are moving on to respect. Little J, what does respect mean to you?
It means politeness.
It means respect means politeness. That's interesting. Big J. And kindness. Big J, what does respect mean to you? You just stole that from me.
Yeah. I should have said politeness, and I should have said kindness.
Yeah, just continue. What does
that's exactly what I.
What does respect mean? We're going to find out what respect means. For me, respect means several things. Respect starts from me. So respecting myself, loving myself, adoring myself, is respect. And doing that to others. Respect means boundaries. When you keep boundaries with other people, you respect them. So there are different views of respect. So let's just quickly go into our slides and let's discuss what respect means. Respect. You see, what do we have there?
It's a two-way street.
Respect is a
If you go one way, you give respect, and if you go the other way around, you get.
So respect is a two-way street. So you give and you get respect. So that's very interesting. You give what respect means to us. So from the slide, what can we say? And give respect to get respect. So in other words, respect is a two-way action, right? Two-way streets. Respect is a two-way street. So we can give respect and also get respect. So does that happen in your house, Little J? You don't respect each other. I think you do.
That much.
But if you disrespect yourself, your house will be a chaos. You might not be the best, but I think you respect each other. Don't you keep boundaries with each other? Don't you give your sister respect? Yeah, yesterday when you said something bad, what did I say? I said you should go and said you should apologize, remember? So that means that's respect. We offer respect and we give respect and we get respect back, because in the house, when you do something disrespectful to each other, we get you to say sorry and we get you to appreciate someone. When Jamie makes breakfast for you, what do you tell her? That's respect. When you wash the plate, what does Jamie tell you?
Thank you.
That's respect.
Sometimes when you tell me to wash the plate, she's like, yay, yay, yay! Because she doesn't like washing.
Because she doesn't like washing plates, but she still respects you when you wash the plate. So that's interesting. So it's a two-way thing. So you don't demand respect. If there's anybody that is demanding respect and say, Jamie says, respect me, I'm older than you. What should you say? Ah, respect is a two-way thing. You don't respect yourself, I can't respect you. If you say that, then so you have to understand that respect is a two-way thing. So another thing is, what do we see there? I got these pictures from images on the internet, by the way, but we'll just talk around it. Love is not enough if there is no respect. That is very important. So as you're growing up, you're making friends. If your friends don't respect you and they say they love you, that's not enough. No, we've talked about friendship and love last year. So the first definition of love, or one of the definitions of love, is respect. Because love cares for you, thinks of your feeling, thinks about how you're going to, how is what they're doing is going to affect you. And if that doesn't come into play, that's not love. There's no respect. So love is not enough if there is no respect. Somebody cannot be slapping you every day and say I respect you. That person. Somebody cannot be abusing you every day and say, and I really love you, but you're a goat, you're a sheep, you're a pig, you're a monkey. Does that? So you see. So what do you think about that quote? What do you think about that quote? Yeah, it's true. So in your context, can you think of anything that makes you bring that into life? What do I mean? That quote, explain it in a way that you understand it.
There's no love without respect. Yes, and
Somebody must be able to respect you enough to love you.
yeah. Because if you respect someone, then I guess you're loving the person. Because respect is a sign of love.
Respect is a sign of love. So you see the other picture says, love yourself, love each other, love your city. We can also put love God or love your country or love. But in that aspect, the main thing is it works hand in hand. You have to love yourself before you can love other people, because you can love your school. You see, it works like that. So you can't love your school first without loving yourself. You see?
So you love yourself is like the start of me.
Exactly. Love yourself is the start of respect. Yeah.
Did you say it means?
It's okay. It's okay. So love yourself is the start of, it's the genesis. So if you cannot respect yourself, you cannot respect another person. So when you see somebody rude outside, don't get upset with them because they don't actually respect themselves. Anybody that respects themselves will not be rude to others outside, will not fight others outside, will not say awful things about others, will not gossip about others, will not backbite others, will not drive other people crazy if they respect themselves. If you look at the life of a bully, a typical life of a bully, they really lack respect for themselves. Good. They lack self-esteem. They lack the tenacity to think about themselves as good enough. They end up not liking themselves, and they lose the concept of respect for others because they can't respect themselves. All right, so let's see the next slide. What is respect here? I got, like I said, I got all this from the internet. So, but they are very interesting for me to be able to see the concept of respect and how we apply it in our house. Respect means honesty.
Respect means kindness.
You said that. Good. Respect means
compassion.
Respect means courtesy.
Respect means understanding. Respect means confidentiality.
Respect means privacy.
And respect means communication.
Great. So if we just break all this down, when you have this in your life, do you know you are a standard, an ideal standard of integrity, an ideal standard of dignity. So kids, Jgirls, this is the standard you should walk up to. None of us are there yet, but this is the standard. You must be honest, you must be kind, you must be compassionate, you must have courtesy for others. When you see people outside, you don't just walk past them. You need to learn to say hello, hi, good afternoon.
Oh yeah, that's what mommy does.
you must have understanding. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Whenever I'm talking to Big J, I used to tell her, now I want you to think as the mommy and me as Big J. You understand? Because I'm trying to you to get into that context of understanding from where I stand from. Confidential. Whatever I tell you must remain with you.
If it's
whatever it is, it has to.
privacy.
You have privacy. You have to learn to respect other people's confidential information. So if somebody tells you I'm 8-year-old, you just Tommy's 8-year-old. I hate Tommy's 8-year-old. Once you see Tom, I hate Tommy's 8-year-old. Before 9 o'clock, Toby told you he was 8-year-old at say 30. Before 9 o'clock, everybody in the class have heard that Toby is 8-year-old. You lack respect because he wanted information. He respected his information. He passed it to you. He expects you to keep his information with confidence. So confidentiality is very important in respecting other people. Privacy. Respect other people's privacy. Don't jump into other people's privacy. Little J, many times have you said you want to go to number 16, our neighbor's house. And what do I tell you? I say, until she invites you. Don't you remember I tell you that? Because that is privacy.
You don't really just wander into somebody's
You don't just wander into somebody's house. Although in Africa, in Nigeria where I come from, there is no boundary. You just go into people's house and you have fun with neighbors and people. That's the culture. So now respect has a cultural aspect to it. But from what we have been discussing, respect also is important to respect privacy. Part of respect is communication. Very important. I've been telling you people that you should be the best of friends. You should be able to talk about things. You should be able to explain why you do things. So if you are in a friendship or a relationship or in a group and you cannot communicate, it's either you don't have respect for yourself or nobody has respect for you. So if you notice that nobody wants to communicate with you in a group, then check out, am I the one not respecting myself or is the group not respecting me? So let's look at the other diagram. So respect involves appreciation, involves
recognition,
involves support, involves
gratitude,
and everything is love. The slide before we said love is not enough if there's no respect. So that means that the pinnacle of everything is love, but it starts from respect, appreciate, recognize, support, be grateful, gratitude. So when you're in class, you respect others, you appreciate your classmates and your teachers, you recognize others, you support others, and you have a grateful attitude. Anybody does anything, thank you, have that simplicity. Be humble enough to support and recognize others. If other people are better than you, be humble enough to say, wow, she's better than me. Don't be envious, don't be jealous. Because if you respect yourself, you can respect others. Because you don't respect yourself, so you can't respect others. Big J, Little J, what do you think about the second slide in terms of respecting?
Well, it's basically just what the last slide said, but more in-depth.
More in-depth. So we can see the in-depth of respect as it connected to love from this slide. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's see. Wow, respect. That is quite small. So respect means
responsibility,
effort,
effort,
smartness,
please and thank you,
enjoyment,
choices, and talk.
Just the same thing we just did before in the other slide, but this time around is using the spelling respect. So respect means taking responsibility. Taking responsibility, we are responsible for actions and attitude towards others. Making an effort. What do I tell you about making effort?
It's good.
Don't give up. Just make an effort. Make an effort to appreciate someone. Make an effort to say thank you. Make an effort to, to love on somebody else. What do you think?
I remember when Jenny hasn't done something, you just tell her you have to make an effort.
You have to make an effort. Because
I do.
Part of respecting yourself is making an effort. Okay, so what does smartness mean? What do you think smartness means? Smartness means that could be emotional smartness, trying to think of what you're doing, how it affects others. So what you do, how is it affecting others? That's the smartness we're talking about there. Then the peace, please and
You
thank you.
also being like smart in that way.
I've been smart.
Whenever a person calls you when you're busy, you're like, should I answer this call?
And then what do I do afterwards?
Then you answer, sorry, you don't have to.
So so I am smart to ask myself, should I answer this call? Do I really have time? Because whenever I want to pick calls or talk to people, I like talking and laughing and giving them the time of the day.
Wait,
and so
when you're talking to them, you respect them.
When I'm talking to them, I respect them.
Because part of respect is talk.
Good. T is talk. You're very good at this, you see. So T is talk. So you say please and thank you when you want something. And respect, part of respect is enjoying each other's company. Enjoy respecting and enjoying each other's company. Like, I respect the Jgirls. That's why I enjoy their company. So respect it.
And when you start respecting, you feel like it's very hard at first.
Yeah, good.
And then it gets easier and easier and easier and easier until it's
very lovely point. So sometimes when you start respecting, it's hard at first because you're not used to it. And then it starts getting easier and easier and easier. Respect includes C. What is C? Big J, you need to talk about that.
Choices.
What's it? Can you give us a point?
Choices.
Respect means taking the right choices.
Being careful.
Being careful. Can you give us experience about that? That is it. So in making the right choices, making choices and how it affects other people. So that is very important when it comes to respect and talking. We've talked about communication. So when it comes about respect, I talked about respect also defines cultures. The way we respect in Africa is completely different from the standard of respect that is expected in the Western world. Yes or no? What's the difference between being a Nigerian girl and a Scottish girl at the same time in terms of respect?
Respect is not quiet here.
Respect is not quiet here, but
everything's not quiet here.
Yeah, but in being a Nigerian come back, wear a Nigerian cap, how is respect to you?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of living as a Nigerian, you have two identity. You are a Nigerian, you're Scottish. Now, as a Scottish, Jeremy said respect is quite quiet. But as a Nigerian, respect is not quiet. Respect is respect. You have to define it. You don't just treat others. You have to, even older ones and younger ones have different titles. And O, you understand? For the older ones, O for the younger ones. You can't just say good morning. You have to add sir. You have to add ma. You can't just say good morning to your dad. No.
Or hi.
Or hi. No. You have to add good morning, sir. But now you can say good morning, mom, because of the relationship has progressed. And growing up, you have to kneel down or you have to prostrate. That's part of respect in terms of greeting. Yeah, like that's prostrate, that's lying down. So that in terms of greetings, that's respect. In terms of speaking, back home, you can't raise your voice at an adult or look into the eyes of an adult. Now I'm teaching the girls to say look into my eyes, because I'm defining a different way of respect that they can look into my eyes and they can communicate. But growing up, yeah, exactly. that's the Nigerian in you. Growing up, we can't look into the eyes of an adult and talk straight into their eyes. But now I'm teaching you to look into my eyes, because I want to talk with you, I want to communicate with you, and I want you to be able to understand and enjoy and take responsibility and make the right choice when you're speaking with me. That is respect. So now you have a combination of a traditional African way of respecting, which is beautiful, which I adore, because you rarely see younger children being rude to adults, and the society is ordered and all that. But I also expect that you build that confidence in talking, in appreciating other people, in respecting yourself first. Because if you respect yourself, you won't allow anybody to look down on you. You won't allow anybody to talk down on you. So you understand. So you have that covering with yourself and then with others, right? So we have respect, we have cultures, we have respecting someone, we have value someone, how the people feel.
And you have examples, you have workforce, you have so many other things.
You have, you have diversity to think about when it comes to respecting. So that is just a lovely way of having a mind graph of a mind graph about how to identify respect in different area and in different cultures and in different perspective looking at it. Back to us. Respect as a family. Respect from here means that what we see or our actions. When we talk about think before you act, your actions means you're thinking of respecting somebody and you're helping that person. You think, you process it.
What does genuflect mean?
Japanese. So when you want to greet, you genuflect. So that is, you share, you're bowing down, you then genuflect, you encourage others, you hug others, part of respect. So in the house, we encourage supporting others. You congratulate others when somebody does something. You understand? That is part of respect. You listen. You don't become jealous. Even if the person took your cup or took your title or took your award, learn to respect them and say, "Oh, congratulations, you won." That is respect. Listening, shaking hands, kissing, praying, loving, and smiling.
Or you do hugging and
Yeah.
you do it too much.
I did too much. So that's part of respect. And in terms of listening, how the other person is receiving it, you can do it. How do you receive it? How does respect
It feels nice.
It feels nice.
And then another one is super work.
Super work. I can tell you that was excellent work you did today. Well done.
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
And what do you think?
What do you think?
And please.
Please. Thank you.
And
I love you.
And good morning.
Yeah.
And sorry. And how are you?
Exactly. Those are good compliments because it is to the listener, the person is encouraged, the person is endeared, the person feels good. When they say all those things to you, don't you like it? Yeah, don't you like it? So we should say more of those things in the house and we should act more of those things in the house. And kids out there, we encourage you, take a good look at this slide here. Practice more of this in your house. Say the words, act them. So that is respect. And kids, I hope we have given you a peek in the way we apply respect in our home. So we are back to the same question. Do we respect each other in the house?
Yes.
So you see that from all the things we've described, these are the things we do. But when I started and I asked you, do we respect each other, you were not sure of an answer. But now you're very sure that based on all the things we've discussed, oh yeah, we do this, we do that, we do this, we say sorry to each other, we get upset with each other, but we still hug each other, we still say good night, we still say I love you, we still say thank you, we say super work, we still say you can do it, we still talk to each other, we still give time, and that because we respect each other. So on that note, kids, the question is, do you respect yourself and others? So very good question for Big J and Little J. And all the kids are going to interact with you. Do you respect them? Do you respect yourself? Because you cannot demand respect from others if you cannot respect yourself. You cannot, you shouldn't.
So it's just like saying when you haven't tidied up the blocks in your house, going to somebody else's house and then messing up their blocks and then telling them to.
Exactly. So you left your house dirty, you go to somebody's house and I tell you the person, your house is so dirty. Wow, why is your house so dirty? And you left your house dirty. That's a very good analogy. So you have to respect yourself first before you can go to somebody's house and somebody else's life and somebody else's space and respect them. So that's very good. So we want to thank you for joining us today. I really had a lovely time talking with the Jgirls about respect. This is one of the rules and one of the most important rules in my house is respect. And it has been a journey moving from one level of understanding what it means to another, especially as they're growing up. The flavor of respect changes because what you thought about respect when you were 6 years old is different from what you thought when you were 8, right? Now it's different from when you were 10. Now it is now growing, right? And the same thing to you. And for me, the way I thought about the concept of respect when I was a teenager is different from when I was in the university. It's different from 6 years ago. Or so respect and the concept of respect and how we want to be respected and how we want to be appreciated grows over time. But Kate, I want you to establish it that as you're growing up, Kate, I want you to establish as you're growing up, learn to respect yourself. Learn to put that boundaries down. Don't let anybody disrespect you. If people disrespect you, be very straight and be very honest with them. I do not appreciate the way you treat me because I respect you and I expect you to respect me too. So now, thank you. You're looking at me again today. So on this note, we want to say thank you for joining us on Reading with John. Next week we have another house rule.